5 days after D-Day, the American beachhead was in danger of being cut in half. Utah Beach to the west, Omaha Beach to the east, two separate American forces. 14 miles of German-controlled ground was between them. That's what you would call an exposed flank. And the Germans had the best armor in the world, those Panzers, to smash right into it. That gap had one town at its center, Carentan. Carentan sat at the base of the Carentan Peninsula, controlling the road network between the two beaches. It was surrounded by flooded marshland. The Germans had deliberately opened the floodgates months before D-Day. The only ways in were the causeways. The math was brutal. A German armored thrust into that gap could split the beachhead, drive to the coast, and cut off Utah entirely, on the flank of the entire Allied invasion. Then they could hit Omaha. Then the invasion could very well unravel in under 24 hours. Eisenhower knew it. Maxwell Taylor, the 101st Division commander, knew it. Carentan had to fall in 48 hours. Before German armor got there first. It was a race. The 101st got the call for this critical mission. The 101st Airborne had been fighting since midnight on D-Day. 5 days of combat. Little resupply, no relief. Many units were still operating at only 60 or 70% strength after that scattered jump. The plan was a two-pronged assault. The 502nd Parachute Infantry Regiment, with Cole's 3rd Battalion leading, they would attack from the north, across the causeways. After those causeways were secured, the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, Colonel Robert Sink commanding, would push in from the east, squeeze the town from two directions simultaneously. It's a risky plan when you think about it, to divide your forces like this. The 101st no longer had the advantage, that initial surprise and shock of the night jump, to take the objective quickly. It would be a traditional infantry assault on a prepared position. The Germans defending Carentan were the 6th Fallschirmjäger Regiment, German paratroopers. German command also knew the town's importance, so they sent their best. Under Major Friedrich von der Heyte, a law professor before the war, who earned an Iron Cross during the Battle of Crete and one of the most capable military minds in Normandy. See that episode. It's a fantastic story. Meanwhile, von der Heyte had prepared meticulously. The causeways were pre-registered for artillery. Machine guns covered every foot of open ground. The approaches were mined, and he had turned the town into a fortress, with somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 men to hold it. The 101st was about to attack a fortified position across open roads and fields in daylight. Sounds like Mission Impossible. They attacked anyway. It's morning, June 10th. The 502nd Parachute Infantry Regiment steps off onto Causeway 1. There are 4, by the way. 12 feet wide, flanked by flooded fields on both sides, flat as a table. No cover, no hedgerows, no ditch deep enough to jump into that would stop a rifle round. The Germans wait until the paratroopers are fully committed. When they're exposed, these Germans are disciplined. They open fire. The battalion pushes through under fire. The snipers are the worst. Causeway number 2, the bridge has been blown. They have to cross in single file. Causeway number 3, each one the same. Exposed, flat, constantly picked off by concealed snipers and well-placed machine guns. Men go down on the road. They can't be recovered or pulled back. Soldiers start calling it Purple Heart Land. By evening, Cole's 3rd Battalion has finally reached Causeway 4, the last one before the town. But there's a problem. Germans have barricaded the bridge with a thick slab of metal. Only a single man can wiggle through at a time. Engineers move up under fire and work through the night. By about 200 hours on June 11th, the bridge is passable, barely. Cole gets his lead company across in the dark. They're still under fire. They dig in near a farmhouse, far banked. Hedgerows are on three sides. German positions maybe 50 meters away. At first light, the Germans open up with artillery. All morning, Cole's battalion takes fire from three directions. Artillery, mortars, machine guns, snipers, still firing down the length of the road at anybody trying to come up to support his battalion. Cole calls in air support. The friendly fire hits his own positions. He calls in artillery, and the German guns just shift and keep firing. His companies are being ground down, one casualty at a time. This is the moment, that singular moment of every battle, the one that great commanders recognize instinctually. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Cole makes his decision. The future Medal of Honor winner writes it as after-action report in 4 words: I ordered the charge. About 100 non-injured men are left in the position around Cole. Because of the chaotic battlefield noise, Cole shouts at his officers as loud as he can. Fix bayonets, advance across the open field, no stopping, no covering fire, just straight across. Here's why he did it. The German positions were unidentifiable behind those hedgerows. They were extremely well concealed. Mortars were ineffective. Suppressive fire wasn't working. His battalion was running out of men and ammunition in a position that was untenable. The only way through was directly through. Cole blows his whistle. He stands up, Colt 45 in hand. He starts running. At first, he was all alone. Just one man with a pistol charging at the enemy. Historians such as S.L.A. Marshall in his famous book Night Drop noted that most of the men never heard the whistle over the artillery. They never even heard the order. They just saw their battalion commander stand up in the middle of a firefight and run toward the enemy. Somehow, instinctually, they understood. So they jumped up and charged with him across open ground. German soldiers, caught off guard by the sheer audacity of it, as any of us would be, break from their position. Some run, but some fight, close quarters combat in the hedgerows, rifles, bayonets, and trenching tools. Cole's men take the position. Simply amazing after what they had endured for the last 24 hours on that causeway. Robert Cole will receive the Medal of Honor for that charge. He'll never wear it home. In September 1944, during Operation Market Garden, a German sniper kills him outside Eindhoven. He's 29 years old. That age still gets me. Sure seems like a battalion commander should be middle age or older. That was World War II. Let's remember it. June 12th. The sun is coming up, and Cole surveys the battlefield. His battalion now holds the northern approaches to Carentan. The 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment has been pressing in from the west, and the 327th, with a lot of trouble, has been pressing in from the east. They both made contact with the town's outer defenses. I'm still not sure about this strategy, but it did really put the Germans in a tough spot tactically. Von der Heyte now faces a decision. His regiment has fought for 48 hours to hold the approach into Carentan. He has casualties he just can't replace. The causeways, his killing ground, have been forced open. Americans are on multiple sides of the town now. he orders a withdrawal. It's a surprising decision by a German officer, but a very intelligent one. By 0800 hours on June 12th, the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment enters Carentan. The German garrison has pulled back to the southwest to link up with the 17th Panzer Grenadier Division. With that much firepower, von der Heyde hadn't quite given up on Carentan just yet. The Allies thought soon, for the first time since D-Day, this victory will allow the linking up between Utah Beach and Omaha Beach. The beachhead will be one continuous line. You know that made Eisenhower feel better. Unfortunately, it lasted about half a day before the Germans sent in the Panzers to take it back. Panzers against lightly armed airborne infantry? That doesn't seem like a fair fight. June 13th. Dawn's early light. The 17th SS Panzer Grenadier Division smashes violently into the 101st line south of Carentan with a whole lot of armor. The 501st Parachute Infantry Regiment was dug in a hedgerow that the men will call Bloody Gulch, and they're overwhelmed. They fall back. The Germans are one hedgerow from the town. Paratroopers have little with them to stop tanks, after all. The 506, or some of it, is holding on the flank barely. The Band of Brothers series has an excellent episode about Easy Company holding the line against those SS Panzers. Watch that. They're about to be overrun. The tactical situation is dire, the line collapsing under the weight of the German armor. And then, coming up the road from Utah Beach, a beautiful sight. Combat Command B of the 2nd Armored Division. Patton's old outfit from Africa and Sicily. Hell on wheels. Hell yeah. The armor hits the 17th SS right in the flank. What timing. Like cavalry charging in an old western. The German advance collapses. By mid-morning, the counterattack is broken. Carentan holds. The 101st Airborne had been fighting for 7 straight days. Little sleep, little resupply, little relief. They'd crossed open causeways under direct fire, executed one of the only bayonet charges on the entire Western Front, taken a fortified town from German paratroopers, and held it against SS armor. They did it, mostly with whatever they'd carried from their drop zones on the night of June 6th. That's elite. That's fortitude. We could use some men like that today. Man, I need to hit the gym.